company that was in charge of bringing down these high-rises in Kochi in 2020 is working on a plan to demolish these illegal skyscrapers in Noida. Ceyane and Apex are part of Noida's Twin Tower project of Supertech. The Supreme Court ordered the demolition, saying that the construction violated the minimum distance requirement. It also had been built illegally without taking the consent of the individual flat owners as required under the UP Apartment Act. The task of raising the structures to the ground rests with Edifice Engineering along with South African firm Jet Demolition.
There is always a point of risk, demolition. Not only in this demolition, any demolition, there is always risk involved. But we are taking calculative risk and trying to mitigate all risk which we are envisaging at this point. We have a big think tank to do this study. Every small risk we are jotting it down and making sure that we are mitigating it before the blast. Basically, we need to look into time, cost and safety. These three are the criteria which we look into and then decide upon the method or the solution for demolition of any tall structure. So here at Twin Towers, we decided or understood that this would be the best method in terms of the three perspectives of time, safety and cost.
So how will these giant towers be brought down? It's not an easy task, to say the least. What makes it even more challenging is the fact that close to 1,500 residents live in close proximity to the two towers that have to be demolished. Ahead of D-Day, these 1,500 residents will have to vacate their homes. The exclusion zone, as it is called, will include 3 towers, a park, a road, and a portion of the Noida Expressway, which will be shut for traffic for an hour. For these 30-plus story towers, 10 floors will be identified as primary blast floors, which means that explosives will be attached to each column on these floors. There will also be 7 secondary blast floors, where 40% of the columns will be rigged. Each column will be covered with 2-3 layers of wired mesh and geotextile fabric to stop the debris from flying off. In all, 2,500 to 4,000 kilos of explosives are expected to be used for the demolition process. When the explosives are detonated, which is also known as a charge, the building will collapse inwards. Ceyane will go down first, Apex soon after. And the whole process will be done in just 9 seconds. At the time of the blast, only 5 persons will be allowed on the site. Geotextile fiber will be draped on the outer side of nearby buildings to minimize the impact of any flying debris.
We will cover up with this geotextile cloth maybe just a day before the blast, because these are very thick cloths and it will restrict the light and all. So we cannot keep it enclosed for a period of time. So this will be one of the last activities which we'll be doing.
It will take at least 3 months to remove all the accumulated debris. Even as the demolition process was being worked out, Supertech, the real estate giant, went into insolvency. The Supreme Court stepped in and assured home buyers invested in the Twin Towers that their interest will be protected and directed them to file their claims.